Live from Snack Report World Snack Quarters, it's the Snack Report with Liam Gray.
Hey everybody, welcome to Snack and Shack. Tonight we're going to do two things. We're going to talk about snack, we're going to talk about a house. And that's what we're going to do, and that's what we're going to do every single week. Recently we had a snack. It was the Salted Milky Way king size candy bar. And it was good, but Pretzels would have really put it over the top. For tonight's snack, we have the Reese's Big Cup, peanut butter cup with Pretzels. King size, but with giant cups. So now normally with a Reese's, if you get a king size, you get like 4 cups. You're at a 5, you get 9 cups, you get a lot of cups. You get 2 big ones with this guy because they need the extra depth for all that delicious pretzel goodness. So let's see what's doing here in our king size big cup edition. It almost seems like our diameter is slightly smaller than a traditional Reese's peanut butter cup. We have some distinct lumps, some lumpage up top here, showing our pretzels that are inside. I hope they're better than the Reese's Pieces ones, because the Reese's Pieces peanut butter cups are a fucking disappointment. You think they're going to be the greatest thing that's ever happened, and they're just not that good. You barely even notice that they're there. So hopefully this will really open up a new dimension in peanut buttery snacking goodness. We're going to see what's doing here. All right, that's good. That's nice. Fuck yeah, dude. Holy shit. This is like the best thing I've ever had. Oh my God. Okay. Wow. Peanut buttery. Super crunchy, salty, super strong pretzel flavor, big discernible chunks of pretzel. It's everything. It's probably the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. It's a strong recommend. Wow, that's really good. Reese's peanut butter cups of pretzels, they knocked it out of the park. I don't know how they get the pretzels so crunchy, because you would think that being ensconced in peanut butter, that they get soft, like even over time, that the pretzels would soak up any moisture that's in the chocolate and the peanut butter. Not so. They stay delicious and crisp and crunchy and wonderful and fucking awesome. I'm all excited. That's great. So, now that we've put that to bed, let's talk about our house. All right, so tonight we've got a house sent in by viewer Stephanie Nato. This house is right here in Providence, Rhode Island. It's another local favorite. I keep an eye on our fucking local real estate listings, so I can't believe that I've never seen this house before, because it's really, really cool. And it's cheap, and it's weird. So here we are, 46 Myra Street in Providence. This is right off of Killingly. It's like in a fairly urban area that has a lot of like kind of 80s infill. So like, you've got this kind of busy road, and then off of it, you've got a lot of like little capes and ranches and whatnot that were built like in the 70s and 80s. This house was built in 1982. This house not only looks like nothing in that area, it looks like nothing on this fucking planet, or at least nothing in Providence. Really strange, lots of style, very tiny, needs a lot of work. Looks like it actually sold last year, so hopefully it's already been all restored by now. Our estimated price is $138,000. I think it sold for $135,000, something like that. 728 square feet, 1 bed, 1 bath. So this is like a 1 person or maybe a couple sort of deal, and that's about it. It's tucked away off the street, so like you can't see it. It's in its own weird little world. It's all made out of cast concrete, kind of a brutalist sort of deal. Like what if you had a brutalist like gingerbread house or something like that, like a weird Brutalist Cottage. This is your spot. Looking here at the front, you've got this insane balcony which has no obvious supports. I'm curious as to how structurally sound it is. Hopefully it's cantilevered into the building, because there's just nothing going on below it, and God only knows what's happened to it since 1982. So it's daring. We've got these weird, tall, skinny windows that come right down to the floor. The building itself is built on top of a foundation. I'm assuming there's a step down when you go in. I don't know if it actually shows us or not, but it seems like you're underground. Looking at the backside here, you get these huge skylights. You've got this awesome little herb garden window, which I fucking love. You've got this little shed and you've got a patio, and I love a patio. Another view, and again, this is totally hidden off the street. You're not going to see it on street view. The inside needs a lot of work, so they're like really focusing on the outside. They don't want to say, okay, here we are inside. So inside, yeah, it's rough. You've got a shitty Home Depot boob light, so that's going to fucking go. Right in front of us here, we have what I'm assuming is a utility closet. You know, you probably got your boiler and your water heater and whatnot in there. If you can see, the walls are all cast concrete with this kind of tile type patterns, a couple different versions of it, but it's on a foundation. So maybe the foundation existed for a previous building, like a garage or something. It seems odd that you'd pour it straight from scratch like this. I don't know. It's a little hard to tell. Flooring's been removed. Just open space. The cool thing is that because it's so small, it really wouldn't take a whole lot of money to get it back up to square one. Definitely going to be some water damage from the roof. The roof is slate. You know, rightfully a slate roof should last 100 years or more. This definitely seems like it's had some leaks, and I'm curious as to whether it's the roof or whether it's all the skylights. Skylights in 1980 were kind of like, hey, look at this cool new modern thing, and they just take big fucking sheets of plexiglass and throw it in there, and there wasn't really great flashing, and like sealing and whatnot wasn't really happening. So you're sort of like at the forefront of this technology that just means your house leaks a lot. So looking at the rest of it here, you got a nice little kitchen, small, simple, and again, if it's one or two people, you'd be fine. Assuming over here on the right-hand side, kind of eating into this utility area, you probably have room for a little pantry. You might want to put up some upper cabinets of some sort. It seems a little silly that they have none, being that you've got such little space. This light fixture here coming from the ceiling, this little sphere, is lovely and beautiful. This floating staircase is really, really cool. Look at that. I love it. And so you've got upstairs, you've got this like loft and bathroom space that's kind of like a bridge across the top of the building. This 70s, 80s modern thing where you've got a big giant open space and then you've got a bridge across the middle and kind of has like a room on either side, or in this case, a loft and a room on one side. I love it. I'm really into it. I love the big open space you get. I love the super high ceilings. Super high ceilings are going to make your 700 square foot house seem a lot bigger and a lot more livable, which is really, really cool. Do you know what? You're going to be fucked if you try to hang anything on the wall because everything is cement. There is not... Everything is fucking cement. And God only knows how cold it's going to be. I don't know. I don't know if this is actually a livable house, but man, I like it. Looking at the ceiling here, looks like a lot of water damage between our skylights here. This looks like it could be pretty toasty. I don't know what you're going to have to deal with that. So hopefully there's not anything too majorly structural. We've got this crazy like wrought iron gate here that goes into our bathroom. Oh no, pardon me. The wrought iron gate goes out to your patio, your balcony, your little semicircle balcony jam. That's really, really neat. So you put your bed up here, and you'd bring ladies over and you'd play them. I don't know. What would you play them? ELO records maybe, and you'd be like, look at how cool and modern my house is. Would you play them Rush? I don't know what would happen. Who lives in this house? I'm not really sure. I bet you have a waterbed though, which hopefully the floors aren't too rotted and you won't fall through because that'd be bad. The weird thing though here is that like as far as a bed, I guess it has to go in this space right to the right of the door. Like there's really not a whole lot of room, but you'll figure it out. And look at this bathroom. Your ceiling is fucking gross. Is it nicotine staining? Is it water staining? Is it both? I don't know. I'm sure this whole space smells terrible. Like there's nothing that could possibly smell good here. You've got a jetted tub that I bet is funky as shit. There's no way you're ever going to get that thing clean. It's revolting. You've got this beautiful wood that I'm sure is all water damage and has to get torn out, but man, does it look nice for now. I like our little kind of rounded corner here. You get like a little bit of maybe the cabin of a yacht. Something like that, you know what I mean? It's a nice feel to it. And again, it's tiny. So if you want to recreate this bespoke ocean liner look, you can do it. You can do whatever the fuck you want. It's little. Just don't have any friends over. Have one friend over. Here's our balcony. I love this moss, although I'm sure you have to kind of power wash the shit out of that. But I bet that's really nice, and you're kind of up the trees, and you could be a hippie. You could smoke marijuana. You could smoke marijuana right there on your balcony up in the trees, and you could pontificate. You could pontificate about the world at large. You could have a no nuke sticker on your car if you lived in a house like this, because you'd want to really, just let that late 70s, early 80s kind of thing wash over you. Again, the back, and see, like you're underground, like most like half of the, I don't know, you're like waist deep in the ground when you're in this building. It's very, very strange. The cast concrete shed is funny too, just because it seems like a really expensive way to build a shed. Did the person own a concrete company? I don't know. I don't know how this happened. but I love it. I'm glad it exists. 46 Myra Street, Providence, Rhode Island. It is not on the market, but I wish well whoever bought it, and I hope you made it really awesome, and I hope you didn't fuck it up, because it's really, really cool. And we will see you next week right here on Snack Report's Snack and Shack Edition. Thank you.
What's up, snackers? While editing tonight's episode, I found that 2 houses down at 64 Myra Street in Providence is another awesome house, clearly built by the same people, and that this episode absolutely should have been a double shot with both houses, and it wasn't. I apologize. Check it out, 64 Myra Street, Providence, Rhode Island. You will not be disappointed. See you next week.
What's snacking, America?
Yo, what's snacking?
Thanks for joining us. Be sure to subscribe to keep up to date on all of our delicious snack news.